Gather around. It's time for the show to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
Hey everyone, my name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Desiree Josen.
All right, there were so many matches this year that were just too much.
So this won't be a shocker because we've had a handful of really awesome matches that we just can't stop talking about.
How many times have these guys fought? Like it's been quite a bit.
I've been saying this all year. They're just so great to watch. We saw the heel turn coming, and then when it happened, nice and bloody, both dramatic and beautiful.
You are now entering the ring with Chutes and Ladders podcast. Here are your hosts, Desiree and Jason.
Chutes and Ladders Survivor Series recap. What's going on, everyone? My name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Desiree Josen.
All right, it's been a wild week at WWE. We're diving into the carnage, chaos, and controversy for Survivor Series War Games. Des, what are your initial thoughts?
Well, the Survivor Series was questionable. I would like to say the real survivors were us viewers, just because this was a little underwhelming, and the build-up was bigger than the actual PLE. So...
Yeah, 100%. And it's funny because we actually applaud cards for being smaller. For this particular event, I kind of think it would have been better to have more matches to supplement what we actually saw last night. Let's just dive right into it. First is the Women's War Games. We have AJ climbing the cage like it's just another Tuesday. You have EO with another I don't like living on Earth dive. Lash Legend looking like the final boss of a fighting game. And Rhea Ripley coming into this match like no other with the trash can and regrets. Des, open the cage door. What's your take and what's your grade?
This was one that I was really looking forward to, just based on the card itself. 9 out of the 10 are champions, or were champions, and Lash being the new girl, and her coming in really strong, even as the last one, I was not expecting that, but, that put a spotlight on her. I felt like it moved kind of slow until Rhea got there, and that's where the momentum picked up. I absolutely loved that EO was in a trash can again. When she came out with the lid, I immediately said, Rhea's walking out with a trash can. So that made my day that she dove as normal from the top. There was no surprise that everyone was going to pounce on Becky. So when I saw that she was the one that was going to be pinned or submitted like she did, that wasn't a surprise. I feel like the ending was super quick when everyone was doing their finisher, and then bam, there was the Black Widow, and that was it. Which, we expected this, we predicted this, but there was something a little off. But I did enjoy it. And a lot of people were saying this was the worst women's war games. I don't know if that's true, but it wasn't perfect, but it was entertaining. So you know what? I'll give it like a B.
Yeah, B's a fair grade. I'm kind of with you. I was expecting a lot more. I thought this was obvious. We knew this was going to open. I think we actually had the match card right, which hats off to both of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were some fun spots, and obviously, they're going to be, you kind of don't have a choice. We kind of talked about this before. Yeah, it looks like 8 or 9 of them have been world champions. Listen, Lash Legend kind of having the spotlight shine on her, that's awesome. My biggest takeaway, I really hope AJ wins the Royal Rumble, and I hope she takes on Becky Lynch for the title at WrestleMania. I think that would be phenomenal, and if this kind of set that up, awesome. Overall, I'm kind of with you. I thought it was a little off. I was expecting more, but yeah, I think I'll go ahead and give it a B as well.
Yeah.
All right, now next match, we have the Intercontinental Championship match. Dom versus John Cena. We kind of knew the outcome. What was really surprising, though, is how we had Liv just doing, what the heck was that? Des, what's your take and what's your grade on this match?
You know what? I think this was my match of the night, just because it kept me on my toes, because I was like, what's going to happen next? Everyone gets a little bit emotional when they hear John Cena's music, especially when we only know that we're going to hear it one more time, and this is his last major PLE. So you got to take it in with him. Obviously, Dom, we knew that he wasn't going to be, I guess, fair in this match, especially when he came out with Raquel and Roxanne. We knew something was up, but then when he was playing off his shoulder injury, I was like, that's a work, that's not real. And then, of course, Roxanne and Raquel do their finishers, which I do appreciate. He did sell them. And then, of course, Finn and JD. And then what really threw us off was Liv. I wasn't expecting her until January, February. So this was a nice, pleasant surprise. It was very reminiscent when she jumped onto him, and her face, that close-up was very reminiscent of his heel turn. So that was a nice, subtle wink there. But it went as expected. It was entertaining. It was true, Dirty Dom. So... yeah, it was, like I said, it was entertaining. So you know what? I'll give it like a B+.
I'll give it a B. Yeah, look, there were a lot of like twists and turns. Obviously, Liv really stole the show, and that's kind of that's kind of what my issue is. Look, if this is John Cena's last WWE PLE ever, and they're gonna put the spotlight on just like a storyline that is done. I mean, yeah, I guess Liv and Dom can kind of have their thing, but this really should have been more about Cena. I mean, it was cool to see everyone kind of go nuts with him coming out, but yeah, I know, like, it was definitely entertaining, but I kind of wish this was more about Cena than anybody else. But yeah, I think a B is a fair grade.
I feel like the more emotional, nostalgic match was his Raw match with Dom, and then this was more of the entertainment match.
Yeah, and it looks like that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to go to the Women's World Championship match between Stephanie McMahon versus Nikki Bella. Stephanie remains on a tear this year. I mean, Devil's Kiss on the announce table. She definitely brought it. Des, step in the spotlight. What's your take and what's your grade on this match?
I really didn't like this one.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I kind of was like, and I get it, they were in a hard place because they were coming right behind John Cena's match, and then Women's War Games, and then the Men's War Games. So this was kind of like the kind of match. And plus with Nikki Bella, I feel like with her turning heel and her, I get it, she wants to be the bad girl. This is her final run too. It just didn't work for me. She looked great, but I'm happy that Stephanie did retain. You can tell she got pissed off during her second Devil's Kiss that Nikki wasn't on her knees. She was like flailing around on her belly and not taking it like she was supposed to. So that kind of looked awkward, but I'm glad she retained. I would have been livid if Nikki would have won. So it was okay. It could have been a Raw match. So I'll give it like a C+.
Yeah, I'll be slightly nicer just because I love Stephanie McMahon, but I'll give it a B-. This match had no purpose on the card at all. I'm kind of with you. I think this definitely could have been Raw. There could have been other competitors. I love the Bellas. I think what they've done for wrestling has been awesome. Yeah. I just feel like Nikki Bella feels out of place. She kind of just out of place overall storyline-wise.
She did look better compared to her match with Becky, though. So she is getting more warmed up and more confident back in the ring.
No, for sure. And I don't think she's necessarily a bad wrestler. I don't know. Something's off. Like, I don't think anyone actually believed that she was going to win. And I think people were more relieved that she didn't win, so.
Yeah.
All right, now we have the main event, the Men's War Games. This was violent, chaotic storytelling at its finest. Cody jumping off the cage like a Disney stunt double. Punk and Breaker staring across the ring like two dudes who hate each other. Roman spearing Brock to a table like it was nothing. I mean, you have a mystery man with a blackout that changed everything. Des, last one of the night, scale this for us. What's your take? What's your grade?
Such a big build-up for such a weird ending. Very anticlimactic, I feel. I was really excited about this, and I was excited to see Braun Breaker be the one to open this up. I'm like, okay, we're going to focus on him. He's going to be the star. And then that Doomsday device, I got up and jumped off the couch. I was like, his neck. And I was like, man, and he just started. And so every time I could catch an eye, I was like, is he okay? Is he actually going to be able to continue? But it was okay. I'm going to say it didn't live up to my expectations. it was shorter, and with Brock and Roman coming out, I feel like they weren't even spotlighted that much. It was kind of slow and kind of sloppy a little bit, and then with Jay coming out and spending his 3 minutes just yeeting, and I don't know, and then the mysterious guy coming in and acting like Seth, we all know who that is. We knew that creative was looking to add Austin Theory. So that's most likely 99% who that is Austin Theory being added to the Vision. So I'm sure we'll see that this week. But it was right after he did that with the Seth Rollins interference. And then that was it. Like literally seconds. I was like, that was just like so abrupt and like, that's it. I don't know. I feel like there was no clear ending. There wasn't anything. It just, I didn't get a resolution for things, I feel. I don't know. I'm just like, okay. So I'm giving it like a B minus.
Yeah, B minus, no doubt. So look, we kind of said this could potentially set up storylines. I think ultimately, in an ideal world, what they want a triple threat between Cody, Brock, and Roman, and then on the other side they want Seth Rollins for CM Punk, if that's possible. I think that's what this is setting up to. In an ideal world, we'll see if that will happen. They may change it up, but I think that's what really the point of this was. I don't think they executed it properly at all, because it was kind of like you said, we have other guys that they could have highlighted and really kind of spotlighted.
They didn't
at all. I mean, so the only other potential what could happen, the Usos may take on the Bronze. I think either the Bronze will be the champions or the Usos will be the champions, and that will be a WrestleMania match also. But I think that's what they're trying to do. But yeah, the execution was poor. So yeah, B minus for me. This does not live up.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the viewers and fans felt the same way, especially with this match. That weird. I just felt like the ending was weird.
Yeah, it was. No, that was definitely one of their, if you read other outlets, they definitely kind of said the same thing. We're actually being a lot more generous than other people as far as grading this match. So, but yeah, B minus is the absolute highest I will go.
Yeah.
And overall, what is your final grade?
Oof. This one was tough. I feel like they can only get better from here and go on up. So, who knows? Maybe Saturday night main event will be a hit. If not, we can just start all over and, Rumble is coming up. So it'll be great. So, yeah. So I'll give it, like a B. It wasn't their best.
I'm giving it a B minus. I thought the way they ended it could have been better. The Nikki Bella match wasn't. It kind of drowned it down a little bit. Yeah, exactly. The IC match. It was entertaining, but again, it should have been focused on Cena. The opening match was good. It really should have been great. So there was nothing on this card that was really like, hey, this was 5-star, one of the best matches.
No.
It could have been. It really, really could have been. We actually said this is the most hyped War Games we've ever seen from the men's side. I mean, you could argue it was from the women's side, but then the actual execution did not live up. So
I feel like they were just living off the names on the card. And that was it. I'm like, yeah, you had a stacked card, but did you perform? Not really.
Yeah. All right, that actually wraps up our Survivor Series recap. What are your thoughts on Survivor Series? Give us your grades by shooting us a DM at the Shoots and Ladders. And like always, please like, share, and subscribe both on YouTube and Spotify. Once again, my name is Jason.
I'm Desiree Josen.
All right, until next time, have a blessed day and a blessed week.
Have a great week. Bye, friends.
This has been Shoots and Ladders. Follow us for more content.